Last week I was on tour with my band Sungazer, and we were playing shows in the US with Shubh Saran and his band. Shubh's band features 7 musicians, including 2 drummers. Now for one of these gigs, in the middle of the tour, one of the drummers was not able to make one of the gigs. And so I was asked at the last minute if I would like to hop in and fill in for Josh on this gig.
Josh can't make it to tomorrow's show because it's his 1-year wedding anniversary, so he's going home.
Fortunately, we already have 2 drummers.
We got a spare drummer.
We got a spare drummer on this tour.
We don't have a spare tire, but we have a spare drummer.
Yeah.
Now, Shubh's music is not the easiest music in the world to learn. There's a lot of intricate rhythms, there's a lot of time signature changes, and again, I'm playing with a second drummer. On top of that, I would have to learn the music in 24 hours without a drum set and without rehearsal.
We got 2 long car rides.
Yep.
Actually, tomorrow's only an hour. That's long enough.
There's a lot of things that could have gone wrong on this gig, which made learning the music rather stressful.
What's the hardest Shubh tune? Like just like a lot of
what about slip? Time signatures. There's so many like changes in slip.
Slip is hard, but it's not as long.
Is that the super T-ground?
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's like the 11th thing.
Dude,
oh yeah.
Hits after.
And if there's like, if you don't want to learn like all of the songs,
Well,
because it's a lot.
Yeah.
Out of all the songs, I
Yeah.
would say this one probably
Right.
works best solo drum.
Okay.
Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, it could.
I mean, yeah.
Right.
Now, fortunately, I did have this one day to kind of hang out with the guys and ask them questions, talk to them about how they approach this music and how they approach double drumming.
For a lot of these, I have like notes about like the stuff I'm doing. Yeah, dude, like
Okay.
maybe I should share this with you if you're curious. Because like, so for example, I'll just write in the shit that I do as compared to what Angelo does. Like the swell stuff. Where the little breaks are, they're not really indicated in the charts, you know?
Anytime I had a question, I would bump Angelo next to me and say, hey, what's the deal with this thing?
What is that metric modulation between those 2 songs?
It's not a metric modulation.
Okay.
Just different tempos.
Okay.
The last 3 hits of the song are like da da da. And then you just add another one, and it's the 2 of the new tempo. Da 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 da.
It's like in 4 and 2.
And 4 and 2. Okay.
We can practice it on Soundcheck or something.
So I made my notes on an iPad while driving. I have a system which tells me how long each section is. It's got all the time signatures in it. It's got all the basic notes that I need to know about the song.
We're an hour away, buds.
An hour away.
1 hour.
Is this us here?
This is us.
Econo Lodge. The Econo Lodge tour.
Captain Groovy's Grill and Raw Bar?
Oh.
That's where we're going.
That's going down.
Dude, that was my prison name, Captain Groovy.
So I've been listening through everything in the van. I've got like half of them charted out. I'm excited, but it's also going to be a challenge because this music is not easy. There's a lot of little details in it. There's a lot of time signature changes, a lot of really specific rhythms, and in addition to that, I'm going to have to be playing with another drummer, which is Angelo, so we're going to have to coordinate our drum parts, and there's a lot of little details. So, time to get to work. By the time we arrived to the hotel, I had about half of the set transcribed, and we scheduled a meeting among the drummers to talk about the set.
Like a single hit. Maybe like let's go down the order.
All right,
and I can
so
maybe I'll
coming.
So at the beginning, the big swell into the top of the tune, I tend to take the cymbals, and Angie takes the floor tom. It's like 1, 2. anytime there's like a unison swell, one will be on toms and one will be on cymbals.
All right.
Usually you're on.
Usually I take the cymbals. To be honest, like maybe 50% of my job in Shubh's band
Yeah.
is like a suspended cymbal transition deal.
Yeah,
that's why I
that's
play
the-
half the gig with like mallet/sticks.
Yeah.
And I do a ton of this
Yeah.
because I like probably just came out of a shh.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's the that rhythm.
Yeah.
I'm doing it on the snare. He's doing it on the toms.
But like in general, that seems to be how we approach. Like if it's a unison, if we decide to do a unison rhythm,
Yeah.
we'll orchestrate it on different parts of the kit.
So when did you guys start doing double drums?
Fortnite ago.
A fortnight. That's what is that? 20 days?
20 minutes.
All right, we've done two records this way. First album we did separately. Yeah. I just layered a ton of percussion on it.
Is that how it started? Like.
Yeah.
It was solo drums when I started playing shit.
Okay.
Right. I subbed for you for a few gigs, and then over time it was just like, yeah, we should just try this. And there was enough of like an instant like this works. It wasn't great, but it was enough that this works
Yeah.
to be like, let's do this.
Let's keep
and
going.
now it's like we got our systems kind of worked out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now it's like a thing.
But like it's so funny. Like the first time we did the recording, we were like, oh shit, we shouldn't do this at a Celio spot. But then like we both heard it, and we were like, that sounds like trash.
It's like flanky.
Okay, cool.
We were
Yeah.
both playing way too much.
Yep.
Yeah.
But now, like, dude, the last live recording thing, we were in the same room, so you can't slide snares and kicks essentially.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it sounded
Sounds solid.
sounds solid.
really good.
Like I was like very like that Becoming video that came out
Yeah.
yesterday. You can't edit
Yeah.
from a quantized standpoint.
Yeah.
And I was very happy with that.
That night I got to watch the set from behind the drums on the side of the stage, which was really helpful to see exactly who's doing what. And Josh was really good about kind of coaching me through the show as he was playing it that night. So he would look over at me and say, okay, now we're going to halftime. Or he would kind of point out where certain fills happen. Maybe Angelo takes this fill. He was really good about indicating that stuff during the show. The next morning I finished transcribing the tunes. I did a full second pass listening through everything with the charts to catch any finer details and make notes about that. And then I listened to everything with the video so I can see exactly what drummer is playing what, so I know exactly what I should play. And before we knew it, we had arrived in Richmond at the venue, and this sound check was really the only opportunity I had to play with these guys before the show.
I'm totally cool using his kit because it's easier to not have to switch.
Shawn's playing the show tonight for Shubh because Josh actually had to go back to New York for his like wedding anniversary. So there's all these like charts on stage that he's going to be reading throughout the entire night. The dude's a madman, but if anybody can do it, it's Shawn Crowder.
Cool. Let's do whatever you guys do.
Do you have anything specific you want to try?
Yeah, there's a couple moments that would be cool to try. Could we do Storm? Yeah, I guess that middle breakdown. Yeah.
Fortunately, I knew ahead of time which parts of which songs I wanted to hit. So when we got to Soundcheck, we ran down that list.
Yeah, usually we do it until the saxes drop out, and then we go into the normal.
Just show me what. Like, let's just play it once.
We actually take the
yeah.
smaller 5 2 times through.
Yep.
And then we accept.
And then we do the 4 times, and then go to the 2 and 4 situation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. Can we just run it from the top of the saxes?
Yeah.
it tends to slow down a little. The sax
Keep it up. Okay.
Killing it.
It's gonna be fun.
Did the drummers just have their entire mix up just a hair?
Yeah.
Thank you.
And in the end, I think we got through maybe 2.5 songs, and then we were out of time.
Cool for doors.
Can we get like just 2 minutes?
2 minutes?
Yeah.
2 minutes?
Is that cool?
They're out there in the cold, so hurry up.
Okay. 1 minute then.
And the rest of it we did for the very first time together on stage in front of the audience. I had a lot of fun playing this show, and it was really fun experimenting with double drums. It's a really fun texture to play around with. It's really cool to have all of these sounds available when you're constructing a riff or a pattern. It was just a lot of fun to spend time with these guys, and so it was really fun to learn from them and be inspired by all of the great musicians.
I also didn't want to say this at the top of the set. I'm going to say it now because we're near the end of the set. Shawn Crowder has never played with us before. Ever. He learned this music sitting in a band with 10 other people yesterday and today without a drum set. No drum set, nothing.
So I'd just like to thank Shubh and his musicians for having me on board. It was so much fun to play with these guys, and honestly, it was just as much fun listening to them every night from the side of the stage before Sungazer went on, even when I wasn't playing with them. And I have to give a shout out to Angelo Spampinato on the drums, because he's really the unsung hero of this whole thing. We actually decided to do double drums for a number of the Sungazer songs, so as I was learning Shubh's music and filming this whole night, he was busy learning our songs, so he hopped in at the last minute as well and absolutely killed it. Thank you guys, and thank you to everybody who came out to the shows. We had such an amazing first tour with Sungazer. We hope to be doing that very, very soon again. And last but not least, thank you for watching.